my future wife. The world may never understand what those words mean to me. They think love is loud photos, moments, celebrations, and noise. But you are the quiet truth behind everything I do. There will be a day when a third ring rests on your hand, not as a replacement, not as a reminder, but as a rebirth. Because even if life has taken you through heartbreak, broken promises, silent nights full of tears, you must know one thing. You were never someone's second choice. You were just saved for the right time. The third ring will not be the story of again. It will be the story of finally. A ring placed with respect, not pressure. With loyalty, not fear. With presence, not excuses. They will ask, why her? Why now? And I will answer, because she carried a broken heart and still believed in love. Because she cried in silence and still hoped for kindness. Because the world tried to convince her that she was too late, too damaged, too complicated, and she still remained soft. To me, that is royalty. That is strength. That is destiny. So, when I hold your hand and place that ring, it won't be the third attempt at love. It will be the first time love finally felt right. The past may have touched you, but it will never define you, because the third ring will finally belong to the first true love. My future wife, you are not just a name written in destiny. You are the silence between my breaths, the memory that never aged. Sometimes I walk through the desert alone, and the wind whispers stories of the things I never said, the promises I couldn't keep, the tears I never let fall. I have known love before, but you are different. You are not my first heartbreak, not my first dream, not my first goodbye, but you are the one my soul has waited for, without knowing your face. Every prayer I whispered at dawn was not for who left, but for the one who will stay. And when the world asks me, why the third ring, I will answer softly, because the first ring belonged to my youth, the second belonged to time, but the third belongs to forever. You, my unknown future, my unseen destiny, my final piece are the love I will never lose. My future wife, there are nights I sit under the moonlight and wonder if you are awake somewhere, thinking of a man you haven't met yet, a name you only hear in whispers. Maybe you're healing from wounds you never deserved. Maybe you're tired of giving love to hearts that never stayed. Maybe you're afraid, just like me. But listen, not every love ends in goodbye. Not every promise breaks. Not every heart remains shattered. Some hearts return to life when the right soul arrives. And when destiny finally brings you to me, I won't ask what broke you. I won't ask who left. I won't ask why you cried. No, I will only hold your hands and say, you don't have to walk alone anymore. Because the ring waiting for you is not just gold. It is a vow to protect, to honor, to love, even in silence, even in storm, even when the world falls apart. Until then, I will wait. Not impatiently, but faithfully. Because the heart meant for me cannot be claimed by another. My future wife, one day, without warning, life will bring us face to face. No fireworks, no music, just two souls, finally recognizing home. Maybe you'll smile shyly. Maybe your eyes will tremble, because somewhere deep inside your heart will whisper, this is him, also. And I will know too, not because of beauty, not because of perfection, but because your presence will feel like prayer finally answered. Our past scars will look smaller. Our wounds will stop bleeding. Our silence will no longer feel heavy, only meaningful. And I will take the ring, the one destiny kept waiting, and I will place it on your finger with hands that never tremble for anything except love. Then I will say the words I rehearsed in my loneliness. You were worth the wait. Every heartbreak led me to you. Every tear prepared me to love you deeply. And when the world sees us, two souls once broken, now unshakable, they will understand. Some love stories are written before breath, before time, before life. And when I hold you, there will be no fear, no doubt, no distance. Just two hearts beating the same rhythm. My future wife, for years, you spoke through silence. You cried without sound. You smiled without happiness. You lived, but never truly breathed. You believed love was a wound, not a home. A lesson, not a blessing. You thought hearts only break, never rebuild. But one day, your silence will finally break. Not with screams, not with anger, but with softness. You will whisper words you once feared. I am safe. I am loved. I am finally home. And that moment, not the wedding, not the celebration, not the photographs, but that single breath will be the victory. Because love is not loud, love is not chaotic. Love does not beg to be seen. Real love arrives quietly, like sunrise over the desert, like waves touching the shore, like the first heartbeat after heartbreak. When you look at me and your eyes stop searching and your soul stops shaking, I will know you finally believe love doesn't hurt, it heals. Then I will hold your. That night the world was silent. No storms, no memories chasing her. Tea stillness. For the first time, slept without guarding her heart, without rehearsing pain, without expecting goodbye. She didn't hold her breath like she did with others. She didn't hide her tears. She didn't pretend to be strong. She simply existed, soft, human, real. Because beside her, for the first time in her life, was someone who didn't demand perfection, only honesty. She didn't sleep beside a man. She slept beside peace. No questions, no doubts, no fear of losing, just a slow heartbeat reminding her, you are safe. She did not cry because of pain that night. She cried because she finally realized she never had to fight love. She only had to receive it. And as her eyes closed, I whispered what she waited her whole life to hear. Rest. Your war is over. Your heart is home. That was the night the world changed, not because she found love. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. There were no fireworks, no audience, no camera waiting to capture it. Just her voice soft, trembling, like someone touching fire for the first time without fear of being burned. She looked at me as if she was studying the meaning of destiny written in my eyes. Her breath shook, her lashes fell, and with a voice that carried every wound and every prayer she ever whispered, she said it. Husband, not as a title, not as a duty, but as a truth. Her heart, finally, trusted. And in that moment, every broken piece of her past bowed to a future she once believed was impossible. Her tears didn't speak of pain, they spoke of arrival. For the first time, she wasn't afraid to belong. She wasn't afraid to love. She wasn't afraid to be loved. She didn't say it for a ceremony. She said it for her soul. And I replied not with words, but with a silence stronger than vows. I am yours. Not until life ends, but until breath itself forgets time. That day, a woman who once trusted no one trusted me, not because I was perfect, but because I never left.